Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the NRC Helpful Moment number 187. I am filling in today for Richard, but as always, I'm joined with me by Brian Devine, owner and principal of CafeFuel and Top Line Management, our marketing partner at NRC. Today, we're going to talk about what we're going to call all about the details. Um, when we're opening or running a restaurant, one of the most overlooked thing is the littlest things. So the details, whether it comes down to music, dust on a windowsill, the the pads on the bottom of the chairs or the tables, we really implore every owner and operator to just take a few minutes every day to step back and look at the details. Look around your restaurant and see what your guest is seeing. It's really easy to get caught up in the minutia of the administrative and operational tasks that we do every single day. But the reality is, all of that stuff is going to happen whether we like it or not. But if you step back and you notice a bunch of sugar packets under the edge of your table, or the 7 light bulbs that are burnt out, or the one roll of missing toilet paper in the ladies' restroom. Again, as mundane as that may seem, those are the little things that your guests are noticing every day.
Yeah.
Take a few minutes and stand on the kitchen line. Do the plates look the same when they come out the window every day? Are we putting the same amount of ketchup in the ramekin? The details matter, and that's what takes you from being ordinary to extraordinary when we can nail those things on a daily basis. Whether you like it or not, you think of some of the restaurant chains that are out there that really, you say they're the same every single time I go. Well, there's a reason that people go, because it's the
Right.
same every time you go. And I won't take a bunch of time today. I'm going to actually use that platform to pass over to Brian to talk about, the devil's in the details also when it comes to your marketing, your web, your social media, and all that. So with that, Brian, I'm going to pass it to you.
Thank you very much, Jared. And yes, the devil really is in the details. And when it comes to putting your message out on all of these platforms, it can get overwhelming. And I highly recommend using SOP, standard operating procedures and checklists. We have to do that because obviously when you're managing lots of accounts, that you need to just go through and say, did all of these things happen? And then check that those things actually happened. And one of the things that you'll be amazed at how often this happens is when you go on to, let's say, Google and you update your hours because something has changed and you want to make changes to your hours, and then you forget to update that on all of your social media. So maybe you did Google and Facebook forgot that maybe you need to put that on Twitter, on Instagram, on all of these other places, and your website. So it is really something that I highly recommend that as you add more platforms to your marketing, that you start making lists of those so that when something happens, when something changes, or when you just want to put out a great message or a new special, that it doesn't miss any of those steps, that you just know, okay, well, here are the 10 places that it needs to be updated, and then you can check that off. And it really makes a difference to just have the SOP or the checklist ready to go. And then don't forget that second step of if somebody else's job is to check those boxes, then make sure that they were actually done. And because I know it sounds crazy, but what happens is things start rolling along and everything's going great. And you looked at the check mark boxes, they're all checked, but somebody checked them and didn't do it. so all those details really do matter. And what I recommend is to make your life easier, because what we're doing now is, right, we have Google Chat. So I don't know if you've turned on your Google's chat feature, because Google Business Profile now has the ability for people to chat with you directly through Google Map. And I highly recommend you turning that on. People use it. It's really convenient for people. But if you don't have that being pulled into one place, then you might miss those conversations, because now we're talking about Google Chat, we're talking about Facebook Messenger, We're talking about text messaging coming in. Now, hopefully your phone number in the restaurant is text enabled. If it's not text enabled, let us know. We'll help you get that all the time, or have all these different tools. So there are ways to just pull it all into one place. And if you have questions about that, we're happy to help you. But I just want you really thinking about the fact that there's so much happening now, and there's so many platforms for you to be paying attention to, that those details become more and more important, because people are less likely to remember that you did it right. They're more likely to remember that you did it wrong. So let's make sure that we put everything in place so that you can do it right every time.
That's awesome, Brian. Thanks so much. And just like Brian said, again, let's trust but verify. I had a boss many years ago that taught me that checklists should be used as a tool, not a task. Use those checklists. When was the last time as an owner or an operator you walked up to your front door, and before you put the key in and went through your daily agenda of walking through the front door straight to the office, putting down your briefcase, going through the emails, take a moment, walk around the outside of the building. What's the side of the building look like? What's the back of the building look like? How's the air conditioning feel? How loud is the music? Just remember that whether it be the operations, the building itself, the food, or like Brian talked about, your online presence, the devil is certainly in the details. So with that, thank you all. Thank you, Brian, for joining us. And for episode number 187, this is Jared Flowers, Vice President of National Restaurant Consultants, signing off. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Bye for now, everyone.